How's it going, folks? Mark from Like Minded Lunatics, and I'm joined with Ricky.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada. That's right. That's right. We're doing a Canadian band today. So we're going to have a Friday night reaction video where Ricky and I enjoy a beverage and watch a cool and fun video. So today we're going to take a look at Spiritbox's Circle With Me. Now, what do you know about this band, if anything, Ricky?
I knew they were from Canada and a hard rock band. I don't know this song.
Okay, so this is the brief description of the band. This song, Circle With Me, comes off their Eternal Blue album, came out in 2021, so last year. It's a Canadian heavy metal band from Victoria. Husband and wife, Mike Stringer and vocalist Courtney LaPlante. They established the band in 2017. The band's full lineup comprises LaPlante, Stringer, bassist Bill Crook, and drummer Zev Rose. The band's metal style is difficult to pigeonhole into a specific metal music genre, displays an array of styles that draw from a variety of influences and incorporate electronic elements. So I thought it would be kind of up your alley. So folks, Ricky is a professor of digital music. That's like his day job. This is the nonsense he does when I force his hand. That's right. So it's tradition around here to have a beverage with our Friday night reaction videos. Ricky and I are going with a native Texan. This is a beer from Independence Brewing. So cheers, Ricky.
Salud.
Salute. And let's do this. Circle With Me, Spiritbox.
Down the altar! Visionaire and deepest fake, dirty gold, the colors change. Hands are frozen, feel no pain. I just wanna hold the flame.
What are your thoughts so far?
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm open-minded. I like lots of different things, but you know, there are first impressions, and I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, and she goes up to the mic, and then I hear, "Sha sha." I'm like, whoa! You know,
I know, it is.
Oh, it's kind of. It was cool. I was very surprised.
I know, and you don't expect that coming out of her mouth.
No.
Yeah. Now, there is a video to this, and I thought that I had that pulled up. Let me do that real quick, too, because I do want us to see that, too, because it is so fascinating. So there's the video itself. There we go. Yes.
Cut down the altar!
And I wanted you to see her as a performer to hear that death growl.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we saw them at Welcome to Rockville several months ago, and they played, I think, around like the 2 o'clock slot in the afternoon. If you've been to festivals, you know that's not the most...
That's the crap slot.
It kind of is, yeah. But they killed it.
Oh, man.
There was maybe like, I don't know, 200 people sat in front of this huge stage, and she came out and just, I had never heard them before, destroyed it.
Oh, man.
So good.
That's awesome.
Visionaire and deepest fake, dirty gold, the colors change. Hands are frozen, feel no pain. I just wanna hold the flame. Negative feedback loop, I'm spinning out of control. The sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate. The fire is cold. There I go. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of the motor.
So what are your thoughts, man? Because this is a really eclectic.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like all the mixtures of sounds in music terms. Music lesson for the day. That's what's called polystylistic.
Okay.
So it's utilizing rock and kind of electronica and kind of pop and they're kind of a mixture of styles. I really like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and the lyrics are super interesting to me. So these are the first two verses. Feel the weight of a martyr, it could all be yours. Cut down the altar. Visionaire and deepest fake. Dirty gold, the colors change. Hands are frozen, feel no pain. I just want to hold the flame. So what's interesting to me lyrically about that is like those last two lines, hands are frozen, feel no pain. You feel no pain because you're frozen and starting to die, right? Like
Right.
frozen hands is not a good thing.
Right.
And then I just want to hold the flame, to be able to hold the fire. Kind of reminds me of Blue on Black. Those,
Oh, yeah.
you know, a match on a fire don't
Yeah.
mean much.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that lyrically.
Could all be yours if you had the words of prayer. Try to cut down the altar. It could all be yours. Falter strong.
What's happening?
The flame.
And what I like is that guitar stuff sounds very kind of classically heavy metal stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's not really power chords, but they're doing like just
Yeah. They're
straightforward.
doing like licks and stuff and in their riffs. I'm a sucker for, if you listen to the bass drum, the double bass drum, the
Oh, yeah.
I love those kinds of grooves. And it's all over the place here.
It really is.
I love it.
Yeah. And, you know, sometimes when a band tries to grab from all different genres, it just doesn't
Yeah. it
work
doesn't
very
gel.
well. This is gelling for me.
It is.
Nothing sacred, nothing lost. When birds of prey invade my thoughts, they promise I won't feel the pain. Not strong enough to hold the flame. Negative feedback loop, I'm spinning out of control. This ugly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate. The fire is cold, they echo. This could all be yours.
And I'm a sucker for that type of thing when the music
Stop.
stops
Yeah.
and then we get a lyric and then
Yeah.
it boom, it crescendos back in. I
Yeah.
love that so much.
Know if there's no heat when I escalate. The fire is cold, they echo. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of a martyr. It could all be yours if you had the words of prayer. Try to cut down the altar. It could all be yours. Falter circling the flame.
We'll stop there because she's about to get into the death growl stuff. But your specialty is digital music, and they're doing a lot of like electronica stuff.
There's
there.
a lot of effects in there and things like that. It's really cool. I kind of dig it. It reminds me of like the shoegazing style where you had all these kind of dreamy band, well, I say dreamy, but it was often like depressing stuff, staring at their feet because that's where all your guitar pedals are. So there's a lot of like effects in there.
And what did you call that? What was the name of that?
Shoegazing. It's a genre of music. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, and I like that they're mixing that with, like I said, that straightforward rock and roll.
Yeah.
Then they're mixing it with kind of that black or death metal, death growl stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just, you're right, it does seem to be gelling together really well. Now, you know, one of the things I don't know if folks feel this way, but like watching the video and listening to kind of the studio engineered version, you might be tempted to think, well, she filmed or she records that death growl once and then they overlay it. She does this live.
Awesome.
I have video of it. Maybe I'll try to intercut it in of her doing this. And it's literally her with a microphone and her vocalizations. I love watching singers sing. When she does this, she has to pull her mouth like way down to get to that.
She's like developed a technique
Yes.
with her mouth and everything.
Yeah.
We mentioned this in a video before, but I am a professor of music at a university. And we did have a graduate student who did a thesis on the technique of screamo music, I remember, many years ago. And it's studied academically, and it's not easy. It's very difficult. You have to train your vocal cords, so you don't lose your voice and all that. And yeah, the transitions really well. And you're saying live, she figured those. You got to have chops to do that.
She does that. So in watching her live, there didn't seem to be very many effects on her vocals at all. There might have been a little bit of reverb, something like that.
Sure.
But as far as like effects to create that, it was 100% Courtney.
That's awesome.
In between songs, she had like a throat spray that she would use.
Sure.
So she would go to the side, she would spray up, and they would play a little bit of music, and then she would jump right back in.
Not like the old days where they take a shot of whiskey.
That's right. I think Vince Neil has taught us that's not a viable technique. It doesn't last long.
You lose it.
Yeah. But it was fantastic watching this female do that. And again, this was my first introduction to her.
Sure.
And she's a diminutive, young woman.
Yeah.
And to be able to, and then bring it back, that's the impressive part to me.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
I hate to stop. People get pissed when I do this because I'm stopping in parts they love. But I do want to ask you. So a minute ago, I felt like the guitars were again like kind of straightforward rock and roll. Now it almost seems like symphonic metal. We watched Nightwish and Love Bites, and those were more symphonic metal pieces. That's what it feels like now with the guitar. Am I wrong on that? Or
no, it's more. I think they're layering the sounds. And before it was kind of this halftime feel, and now they've double timed it.
Oh, so they've sped the timing up.
They've kind of, yeah.
Okay. And then it just ends.
Yeah.
And I love the fact, too, that she's able to go from death growls to melodic to almost kind of heavy metal voice. And, at one point she'll sound like Slipknot's Corey Taylor. At another point she sounds kind of just like more straight rock and roll.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this one?
I agree. We need more diverse sounds in music like this. So, yeah, I love it. It was great. Very polished. Sounds really good. And I'm very impressed with you saying live, she just nailed all of this. That's this really a sign of a good musician.
Yeah, and I'll try to integrate some of that in. So, folks, I'll do it real quick right here. Okay, hopefully you saw that. I'll integrate it in right there. But yeah, she was able to do it without a problem. And again, it was in the middle of the day, not a great time slot, and she just gave it her all and destroyed it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, folks, let us know what you think about this video. Give us your comments. What are your thoughts on Spiritbox? Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And take care of yourselves, folks. We'll see you soon.